Shalom, brothers and sisters. First and foremost, I would love to give all praises and glory to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Brakathu Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakar Kodash. Give double honors to our apostles of Great Millstone, our true spiritual teachers, who are teaching the true, one and only true doctrine. Peace and salutations to our sincere brothers pushing this truth throughout the four corners of the earth, risking their lives week in and week out to feed the true flock of Israel. And shalom to our sincere brothers and sisters, fearing and trusting and believing in our highest power, Yahweh and his beloved Son, Yahweh Shai. Amen. Now, I came across this, I think it was this morning or last night, and it's been, bugging my spirit. All right? And for the record, I'm not, I might not be 100% on point. Okay? Salakia, forgive me. But when it comes to the M.O.T.B, you have to get that clear into your mind. You have to get that clear into your spirit. You have to be fully persuaded in your mind that what the M.O.T.B is. So let me bring up the first scripture, Baba Kocha, in Romans chapter 10, verse 2 to 4. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of Yahweh, but not according to knowledge. For they, being ignorant of Yahweh's righteousness, and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of Yahweh. For Yahweh Shai HaMashiach is the end of the law for righteousness to every one that believeth. So I'm going to play this quick video here now. Okay? Our brother here, lacks knowledge. Okay, I'm not claiming to say that I have a lot of knowledge. I'm still a babe in this truth and I'm still learning. Okay? So Baba Kashaf, I go for a little bit. But the main thing is here, when it comes to the M.O.T.B, you need to get that straight. All right? We may go off a little bit, slightly. We do things wrong. Example, like the high holy days, for example. We're not 100% correct in that, but we try to the best of our ability. Right? Sabbath days, we're not supposed to kindle a fire, and we might make a mistake and kindle fire on that day. We do other things that are wrong. Okay? But you need to teach the correct 100% doctrine. That's why you have special men set up. Our teachers and elders, apostles of Great Millstone, and all the brothers in Great Millstone teaching the same doctrine, right? And if you're not in Great Millstone, once you are teaching the same identical doctrine through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, you are good to go. All right? So Salaki, if I go off a little bit, but this is being burned in my spirit, because I know for a fact, and we all know, when it comes down to the M.O.T.B, you cannot make no mistake in that. So I don't know what I'm going to call this video, but we have to be clear. The M.O.T. needs to be clear, fully understood. All right, so I'm going to play this video here from this brother here. All right. And He's talking about the mark of the beast. Right? And you know, we can't bother going to, he's got some woman reading for him, and that's off again. All right? And, you know, I can't see his face very clearly. I'm not sure if he's got a beard. All right? There's certain bits and pieces. And that's why when you come to the real truth, the real doctrine, right? We follow that to the best of our ability. Okay? But I'll say this again and again. There's one thing you must not mess with. Any human being under the sun, we must not mess with one major prophecy. And that is to accept the M.O.T.B. Not to bow down to the system. All right? So let me play this Baba Show and hear what he says about the mark of the beast. Yes, the M.O.T.B.
That God in all things may be glorified through Jesus Christ, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen.
Amen, glory. All right, but yeah, let's go back to 14.
In Revelation.
Yeah, 14, and I think we might have ended around 10. Because we're still dealing with the mark of the beast. And how the people have accepted the mark. And we're going to try to see if we can get someone to turn from the mark. So Revelation 14.
10.
Yeah, let's see what 10, let's see what we started at here. Let's start with 10.
Yeah. Revelation chapter 14, verse 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture.
Let's go back to 9 real quick.
And before I forget, they don't understand the scriptures, right? When this is poured without mixture, those are the missiles, right? Directed to America. That's during the devastation. That's going to happen in 1 hour. All right? So they don't know what they're talking about. All right? What's going on?
Verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand.
Okay, let's stop right there. I think that's where a lot of people get confused at. Because it's saying if any man accept his mark in their hand.
Baba Kosha, let me just stop this for a second, right? Because this man here, I don't know who he is. It's the first time I'm seeing him, right? He did this video here and he had 20,000 views. He did this on August the 16th. 20,000 views, 301 likes, 21 dislikes, okay? So the amount of people, I'm not saying they're following him to believe exactly what he's saying, but imagine 20,000 people have seen this video. So when you sow in a certain seed, you don't know how many took it on board. Well, 311, they put a thumbs up, right? But you see, when it comes down to Great Millstone or to any other camp that follows Great Millstone, right? That is not on the Great Millstone, but they are following exactly the same doctrine. There's no way, none of their videos, you're going to get 20,000 views. No way. 311 likes. Well, to be corrected, I haven't seen it yet. But it's always them people, it's always those people that lack knowledge, people tend to gravitate to. But you know what? It's all the Lord anyway. All right? So I wanted to bring that out before I forget.
So the people kind of like hiding their hand, thinking that I'm not accepting this mark of the beast. because nobody came and put nothing in my hand. Or nobody came and wrote some on my forehead. I think that's why they might be missing this thing, because they thinking that somebody got to actually come and put something in their hand.
It's not physical.
That's why I was talking to the ministers before. I said, okay.
Now listen, right? This M.O.T.B, okay, in the book of Revelations, that is going to be a physical mark, okay? And that's going to be made mandatory. All right, so we're going to be pushed into the corner in whatever way it is, in a physical way, because they're going to cut off certain resources from us, okay? That is also being physical, all right? Because what they want you to do, they want you to bow down to the system, all right? So they force you indirectly. Because you know what? Everybody needs to eat food, right? But we have to have the strength through the spirit of Yahweh Basham, Yahushai Basham, Rekakudash, that we are covered, all right? And Salakia, and remember, they don't understand the scriptures because you've got, I don't want to go off here because I know for a fact, I remember one day Apostle said that there's another mark. There's 3 of them in the scriptures, right? I don't want to go off Babaka Shah. So let's forget about that one. But we are guaranteed there are 2 that we know of. 2. One is a physical and one is a spiritual mark. Okay? So Lakia, correct me if I'm going off. Yeah? But this one here that he's reading in Revelations, in chapter, what do we say? Chapter 9, that is going to be a physical mark. All right, hold on. And it says there, right, for the Revelations chapter 9, hope I don't get confused, it's charagma, all right? We're not going to go deep into it. And the definition is a stamp, an imprinted mark, imprinted, right? Of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the antichrists. Antichrist. So you know you got more than one antichrist, yes? All right? So that is going to be an imprint. All right, so I'm not going to go further into it because I don't want to go out to my league. I do understand it, right? But to explain it as one different thing, all right? So, you have to know your place, right? I leave up to the deeper brothers and the elders and apostles to explain, all right? But let me tell you something. You have to get that straight, right? When it comes to this mark of the beast, it's going to be put into you, right? Into your skin. Whether it's your right in your hand, right? Or any part of your body, is going to be put into your body and into your forehead too. Because, obviously Elon Musk, they're doing things where they could put implants. It's the same thing. You're accepting, you're bowing down to their system. All right? And you've got the other one, which they don't understand. You've got the other mark, which is in Salakia, let me think, bring it up. The other mark that's in Ezekiel. You see, based on my little knowledge, I understand, But the main thing, if you see what I'm saying, if you have a little confusion, you make sure you understand what this mark of the beast is. The M.O.T.B. I've said it so many times already, right? We have to be properly understood that what that is. Because I tell you something, if you accept that, you remember what I said earlier, if you go off in a little bit here, you go off a little bit there, Lord willing, Yahweh Shai, we are forgiven. Okay? And that's why Yahushai went on the cross. All right? I don't mean to say that we must be committing adultery and we must be eating pork and then bullshit and abominable foods. No, I don't mean in that way. Okay? But when it comes down to that last major prophecy that elder apostle TAHAR, right, is talks about, from all the apostles come down to brothers, that thing you don't piss around with that. You don't joke around with that. Once you sit there and you accept that going into your body, that microchip, that little rice grain, whatever, going into your hand or your forehead, that is it. Game finished. It done. It's finished. No turning back for that. You cannot drink no juice for make it to drop out again or to shrink. That's it. When it goes into your body, that when you accept that mark, okay, you are done. Okay? So the other mark now in Ezekiel, let me read it. Baba Kasha. Ezekiel. Baba Kasha, please correct me if I'm, going off, way off. Yes? In Ezekiel. And it says here, let me put that page back. All right? In Ezekiel, Ezekiel chapter 9, let me see, verse 4. Let me start from 4. And the Lord our power said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark. Now that mark is Thawa. Thawa, okay? And that is the exemption from judgment, okay? That's exemption from judgment. You see? A mark upon their foreheads, okay, of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Okay? Let me go to Revelations. I've got a mark. Revelation 7 and 3. Revelation 7 and 3. What did I put here for that? Revelation 7 and 3. What did I put for that? Salakia. Revelation 7 and 3. Saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of the Lord our power in their foreheads. In their foreheads. Right? And I heard a number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Okay? Okay? That's Revelations. Well, I've got there from Revelations 14 and 1. Salakia. Revelations 14 and 1. Revelation 41, and looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 100, right? And the lamb, you know who the lamb is? The Yahweh Shai is on the lamb, unblemished lamb. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. That is us, the house of David. Hey, what a beautiful thing to be in that number. Yeah? Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. I wanna be a bee of that number. Oh, when the saints go marching in. And we are the true saints. Lord willing, we are the true saints. Okay? So back to where was I again? So like I said, we got the physical one and you got the spiritual one. All right? Right? Thawa is the exemption from judgment. All right? Good. And we got the physical one now, right? Which is that imprint, right? That is going to be, and that's going to be made mandatory. All right? So Esau was a devil, right? He makes everything look so nice and simple now. He introduces it to you, but soon to come, they're going to make it mandatory where you're going to be forced, right? You're going to be pushed in the corner. And then some of us, through the Spirit of Yahweh Shai, are going to be exempt from that. Some of us are going to be locked up into prison because we're not going, Lord willing, we don't bow down to the system and we don't accept it. So some of us will be put to death, tortured, or whatever. Yeah, we know the deal. That's why I'm saying that's one mark you must not joke with. So, brother, you cannot come be teaching, right? If you lack knowledge, you make sure you have that one right. And we have to talk the truth, and we have to be on point. We have to be on that train track, because if you go off, when you're going off, when you preaching the mark of the beast, you can't. That is bad, and you're having 20,000 people. How many see again? Let me look. 20,000 people viewing, and when Elder Apostle TAHAR speaks about the mark of the beast, or any of our apostles, I've never seen 20,000 views. Never. I've never seen it before. Okay? All right, I wanted to get something in the, hold on. What did I want to get? I wanted to get something here. Babakasha, hold on. Where am I? Did I say Ezekiel? All right. Yes. Going back to this thing again. I forgot this one. Salakia. Back into the TAHAR in the Ezekiel chapter 9. Yes. Verse 4. Right. The mark. And then looking Sirach 16 verse 24. Okay. And it says here. Salakia, I forgot to bring this out. He that wanteth understanding will think upon vain things, and a foolish man erring imagineth follies. My son, hearken unto me and learn knowledge. Okay? How are you going to learn knowledge? Through your head, innit? And mark my words. Mark my words with thy heart, and your heart is your mind. Okay? I will show forth doctrine in weight and declare his knowledge exactly. Exactly. You have to declare that knowledge exactly. All right? That doctrine, the works of the Lord are done in judgment from the beginning, and from the time he made them to them, he disposed the parts thereof. He garnished his works forever, and in his hand are the chief of them unto all generations. They neither labor nor are weary or cease from their work. Right? I'm reading from Ecclesiasticus, the Apocrypha. None of them hindereth another, and they shall never disobey his word. Never. After this, the Lord looked upon the earth and filled it with his blessings. With all manner of living things have he covered the face thereof, and they shall return into it again. All right. So Salaki, I forgot that to bring up that to add to the mark of the TAHAR. Yes. Okay. Please, Babakasha, be patient with me, yeah? You know what I'm like, yeah? Good. So what next now? So, all right, let me play a little bit more.
Well, if somebody got 666 written on my forehead, and if somebody's going to come to my door and say, do you believe in Jesus Christ? If I got 666 written on my head, why would they ask the question?
And Babakasha, brothers and sisters, I'm not adding nothing. We must follow the apostles, right? I'm not going based on my own vain opinion, right? I'm just saying that when it comes to the M.O.T.B, that is the major thing that you must not make a mistake in. That is the major thing that you must understand, okay? Because if you accept that, that is when you're going to feel a wrath, okay? You see? We cannot make a mistake in teaching the M.O.T.B, and you cannot have a mistake into understanding. Okay? So with the knowledge I have, the small knowledge I have, I tell you the truth, we know through our elders and apostles that to take the mark of the beast, to accept that which is going to go into your forehead and into your physically into your hand, right? And you accept that that is a done deal. Wash the Most High vexed. That's it. The Most High is angry. He's not going to forgive that at all. Lord willing, we all are in that number that we never bow down to the system. All right? I just want to get that clear, Baba Kasha.
It don't make sense. So if I got the mark of the beast on my forehead, and someone comes to me and says, John, do you have the mark of the beast? Why would you even ask the question?
You don't need to.
I got the mark of the beast on my forehead. Why would you need to ask the question? You don't need to. But the mark of the beast is just like if someone say, well, you're a servant of Christ. You know how I know you're a servant of Christ? Because I'm asking you, did you take your shot? And you said no, or you giving some kind of indication about, or you might say, well, I don't know about that shot thing. Well, even if I say that, you're going to be, boy, he probably didn't take it. If I say anything that goes against the shot, even if I don't have to say I didn't take the shot, I can just say anything. People like, well, no, you didn't take it. I have people that haven't even responded to any of my videos. When it came responded, we don't have it up. But I have been out talking to people. They be like, well, I know you ain't taking the shot. I'm like, well, how you know I didn't take it? He said, no, not the way you talk. I can tell by the way you talk, you took it.
Right.
I can tell by the way you do things that, no, you're all for God. Like, you're going to die for God. And somebody said, no, I watched your video. I already know what your response is. You don't need to ask.
Right.
And you will know that I'm a what? A servant of Christ.
The fruit tree.
Did I put it in my hand that I was a servant of Christ in my, is it 777 in my hand? Is 777 on my forehead? No. But you know what? That I have the what? The mark of God. And it's not physical.
It's your walk.
You just know about my conversation. I'm going to know you're antichrist just by what? Your conversation.
Oh, that just reminded me of something, Pastor. Like you tell me all the time, you can tell what religion a person is just by their speech.
Just by what you say to them.
So having the mark on your forehead is just saying what you believe in.
Right.
So what you believe in, you're going to put your hand to it.
Right.
So if you're a Jehovah's Witness, your speech is gonna give that away.
Right.
If you're a Muslim.
So lucky I'm going to stop it there, right? Through the spirit of Yahweh Shemashai, I thank the Lord that nobody rang, right? Because if I turn off the mode or whatever, or the airplane mode or whatever, I can't play this video, okay? But I hope and pray that this is edifying, right? Remember to get the proper breakdowns from about the mark M.O.T.B through the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, right? Or any other brother in this truth that is following the same doctrine of GMS, right? And we get the proper understanding what the M.O.T.B is, right? So do not follow these people that don't know, lack understanding, right? Go to the true men of the Lord, okay? That knows the real breakdown of the mark of the beast. And you cannot play with that last and final test, okay? That hour of temptation, not even that they know about, okay? We cannot be joking around with this, right? Hope and pray this is edifying to the spirit of Yahweh. Amen.